Ladies and gentlemen,
Hear the bells. If you leave me, I'll never.
ladies and gentlemen,
Hear the bells.
come on, brothers.
Hear the bells. I'll never. Hear the bells. If you leave me, I'll never. Hear the bells.
Hey, got some news for y'all today. Do you hear what I hear? Do y'all hear it? Do y'all hear it? Yes, there is some bells ringing for you, letting you know. Do you hear my bells calling? Do you hear? When I'm kissing you, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, just want to let y'all know, we have some information for you. And I promise you, we told y'all it was coming. Do you hear the bells calling? Ladies and gentlemen, we told y'all it was coming. Is it as good to you as it is to me?
I hear the bells. Oh, I hear
The bells, y'all hear the bells?
Oh,
Do y'all hear the bells? I just heard the bells. Y'all heard the bells. I heard the bells. They heard the bells. Everybody's hearing bells. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get off into this video. I've never seen this song done live like this, and I'm impressed with the bells and the originals. Hey, originals, we're gonna have to pause y'all for the moment. I was in the mood for that song today because I haven't been feeling well lately. Now, when I say I haven't been feeling well, I've been feeling okay. You know, I've been making it through every day, but there are those moments when I'm not feeling well. And it is, oh my God, you need to take some obviously, and then you need to add some, and then when you do that, then you got to breathe in and breathe out and out and in and out, and then after you do that, then you're going to be tired, but don't let yourself feel tired. Then you got to go ahead and jump through that hoop and then that hoop, and then you got to jump over that hurdle, and then you got to jump underneath that one because that one's a little, you know, you got to limbo. You know what I'm saying? Don't need nobody giving me no suggestions as to how to handle my health. The problem is there's too much going on. And no, it ain't got nothing to do with the stupid court. I'm positive of that. This has something to do with trying to run 4 different organizations at the same time and having to put out forest fires only to have them reignite themselves and then reignite themselves and keep reigniting themselves. Oh my God, can I help? Can I help? No, you can't, because then you will add to the problem. Sorry. So, woosah, woosah. This is a matter of me going back to my schedule. That's going to be hard to do because my schedule was no work before 8, no work after 5. So, and then I wasn't taking the full weekend off. I was taking 1 day off. I'm going to have to go back to that. But then I feel if I do that, it's all going to break forth and break loose and be out of control. And I don't know what I'm going to be able to do at that point, y'all. So, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, we're going to talk about this child support stuff. Now, so that you guys can be on the same page, let me show y'all where we is. And I want to show y'all something because somebody sent me this page. His name is Gonzo. And many of you know Gonzo. Well, Gonzo sent me this morning. It's U.S. Code proves all United States child support orders are prepaid by the court. Now, I'm not telling you that this is 100% accurate. Hey, we're not supposed to be hearing the bells. Hold on. We can't have both at the same time. And I know I put them on pause. I don't know what YouTube trying to do. Never hear the bells again. Oh. Come on, originals, show me the page. Hey, okay, sorry. I love this song. and I am grateful to have these young men playing on my computer. Okay, so that is the Originals. That's an original name, ain't it? That's original. It's a pun. Do you see? That's an original. Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, those are the Originals, and it is Mr. Don. They say I killed myself, Cornelius, and they lied. Okay. Sorry, there are too many suicides that are not suicides. There is something I need to show you all. Okay. As a matter of fact, we're going to do this because I did this video once before and I ended up recording over it by mistake. System was running a little slow, so I hit the button twice and I shouldn't have done that. So let me show you what we did. From this right here, from this article, I was listening to it on my natural reader. Okay, this is my natural reader. See, natural reader. And it was reading all of this to me and it got to this section right here, which is this section right here. And when it was reading this section, it said something. I'm like, let me look that up. And it talked about warrants. Hey, you got a warrant? My mama had a warrant. Your daddy had a warrant. Your sister had a warrant. Your mama had a warrant. And your brother had a warrant. Okay, everybody got warrants. What do you mean everybody got warrants? Right here, warrants are checks. Nah, you kidding me. Warrants are checks, people. Now, how do you know warrants are checks? Well, let's find out. You guys, you don't mind if we find out how warrants are checks? Pay attention. It says commonplace. Interesting, ain't it? Commonplace? What's a commonplace? Well, it's a place that's common. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, let's go back so you guys can see what I did and how I got here. And then we're going to talk about the checks and balances of warrants, okay? So give me a second to get back to the page previously, because there's more on this search than could be found. Now, I'm using a different browser because I redid the system and I haven't gotten rid of the Google. So I apologize to y'all. I'll do it a little bit later. I got so many other things on my mind. But we typed in a warrant as a check because we got that from that site. So give them their credit. Peace out. H-Town. Anyway, we give them their little plug, their little credit. And like I said, I don't agree with everything on the site. That is just the way it is. See, it wasn't supposed to go there, but that's my fault because I took the screen and I moved it over too far. So now I gotta, because we did the definition of warrant, and it said it's a writ and an order. Okay, that's fine. So because it's a written and order, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see in a second why we're doing this. Let's do 1 and let's do 2. And then you'll see exactly where we're going. And then we'll have it. And we'll get it, we'll got it, and it'll be good. So now, let's do this so that it don't do what it just did again. So there we go. We do it that way, and we do it that way, and we do it that way. Now, it's a financial transaction. A warrant is a written order from you, a person, or from the bank that instructs a second person paid to the order of to pay a specific recipient a specific amount. Your bank, when you write a check, you tell the bank they need to pay to the order of the other person. It's an order. A warrant is an order paid to the order of. It must have an endorsement, okay? Or goods at a specified time. A warrant may or may not be negotiable and may authorize payment to the warrant holder on demand, payment on demand, or after maturity date, where it says not valid until after blah, blah, blah. Okay? A warrant is a check. That's a money order. Take a look. It's a money order. You have all of the elements of a check. There's the number. This is for taxes. There's the name of the bank. See, it says state of California. Okay? And then the person's name, who it's payable to. See, registered warrant. You guys got some work to do, got some research to be doing, okay? But on this site, I'm gonna show it to you in a minute, okay? The difference between checks and warrants, there is no difference. Warrants are checks. But let's do this. Let's click on this junk right here, because we just gonna be for a second. Now, what I did is the county of Santa Clarita. This is California. Okay? Santa Clara, California. You have Santa Clarita and Santa Clara. Those are two different counties in California. We got some reading to do. Let's make this bigger because we can't do it the other way, because we do it the other way, you definitely won't be able to see it. We can do it this way, okay? That way you'll be able to see it. Special topic, the difference between checks and warrants. A check is a demand instrument. Long version. A check, and look, as all know, is an instrument that is given between one party to another that represents a payment. No, it doesn't represent a payment. It's an order for the person to receive payment. A check is not the payment. It is the negotiating of the check that causes the payment to be issued. It's an order for a payment to be issued. Get it right, Mr. Long Version. The party receiving the check expects that he will be able to immediately transform it into liquid assets, liquidity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. No, he doesn't expect that he'll be able to immediately do that, because if it's a post-dated check, then he's expecting to get it when that date is up. It's why it's called a post-dated check. Get it right, Mr. Long Version. That's why you can't believe everything you read, people. This is accomplished either by depositing the check into his bank account, exchanging the check for cash, or endorsing the check and using it as funds to transfer to someone else. See, you can endorse the check and use it as a letter of credit, because that's what it equates to. In other words, we assume a check to be as good as cash. No, we don't. Thus, giving a check without appropriate funds in one's bank account to cover the amount of the check may become a criminal act. Yes, depending on the amount. Other than that is writing an insufficient funds check. Short version. A warrant, pay attention, is a short-term bearer bond. So the courts are issuing bearer bonds. Long version. Warrants are similar to checks in that they are instruments that represent payment and are usually printed in a form that has the same look as a check. The instrument is an asset to the receiving party, but it is not considered liquid assets. Pay attention, people. I promise you it's going to get more interesting in a moment. I've already done this video, so I already know what's coming. Y'all ain't seen me do the other video because I deleted it. I copied over it. But I know what's coming, and y'all got something to be looking forward to. All right? Okay, here we go. It says, as a matter of fact, no, don't do it as a matter of fact. Do it as a matter of lie. Do it as a matter of fallacy. A matter of fact. Anyway, the practice of using warrants gained its popularity during the Great Depression, when government agencies such as schools didn't have funds to pay their bills. If you receive a warrant for payment, you take the warrant to the bank, and if the issuing agency has the funds in its account to cover the face amount of the warrant, you are paid for the warrant. Ladies and gentlemen, United States Treasury, why aren't we writing warrants? Why aren't we writing our warrants on our estate, our account? Sorry, I know people are going to start doing this. Y'all got to do your research first. Okay, if funds are short, then you hold the warrant until the agency has the funds available. Warrants can be sold or purchased. During the Depression, it became a common practice for individuals with money to buy teachers' salary warrants at 85 cents on the dollar. Then, when the agency would receive its annual tax funds, tax credits, those who bought the warrants would redeem them. Technically, this is similar to what SATCOM is already doing. Shh, don't tell nobody. This allowed those with money to make 15% on a 1 to 6 month notes. The procedure used by banks issuing agencies are a little more complicated and detailed than the document implicates. Explicates, but the principle is the same. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the banks do all the time. This is what the United States government does. That's what 12 U.S.C. 411 is all about. This is the process, but they didn't tell you it was a warrant. Now you know they're issuing warrants. Now, hold on now. Hold on. Okay? There's a reason why we're talking about this. We're going to talk about it in a second. I want y'all to hold on. Y'all ain't there yet. I know I gave y'all an idea a second ago. I just gave you an idea. That's not the point of this video, so hold on. I tells you, we going to get there. I'll see you
when you get there. I'll see you when you get there. I'll see you when you get there.
Oh, you guys, there are a lot of people out there who don't understand. So we can go back to the individuals. Watch this. See, I just typed in, I'll see you when, and you see, you get there. Now, hold on. We're going to click on that because I know you know this, but these other people who watching don't know why I keep going, I'll see you when I get there. Coolio. Okay? But it ain't the Coolio song. But we're going to play the Coolio song. But it ain't the Coolio song. It's the Coolio song, but we're going to play the Coolio song. Okay, I don't want the other one. I want this one. Coolio, you're going to have to change that hair up, bruh. I know that's your image and everything, but you're going to have to change that image, bruh. Because that image is getting on, you know, getting on. Oh, we have to turn off this one. Hold on. So that you all can see why I do this. So hold on. Why I keep saying I'll see you when I get there. Hold on. Y'all hear it now? Y'all remember the song now? Y'all remember? I'll see you when you get there.
I'll see you when you get there. I'll see you when you get there. I'll see you when you get there.
Okay.
Now I see places and faces and things you ain't never thought about thinking. If you
ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Coolio, but I ain't trying to play Coolio right now because I don't know if there's any cursing in this song. Okay, I just heard the radio version and I didn't type in a radio version, so I apologize that I can't play them because I don't know if Mr. Coolio curses in the song, but I'll see you when you get there. Okay, so we gonna get there together. So y'all just hold on now. Hold on. Just hold on. Okay, getting back to the differences between checks and warrants. Government warrant checks. Warrant number lookup. Okay, why is it that the courts have warrants and issue warrants? They do it all the time. Well, the county of Santa Clara is right here. We have two things to look up. Now, we're going to talk about, this was, uh-oh, I done lost it. Get back on up here. Know what you running for. All right, I ain't going to hurt you. The handbook on child support. They actually got such a thing. Can you send me a copy of that? Ladies and gentlemen, I may put it up on the site. Don't know, got to take a look at it. As I tell people, as a matter of fact, today I was perusing through some emails that were sent to me by SACOM from the members, and I actually stumbled across I'm trying to stop it. Okay. I actually stumbled across the person who was voicing a complaint. He sent it to the wrong place, but I decided to respond to his complaint because I know the individual. And I did so because I am human resources and I actually handle some administrative issues. So I had the authority to do it. Other than that, I don't do it. If it ain't within the ramifications and the program and in the specifications of the issues that I handle and assist with SACOM and the other agencies, I don't handle it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is somebody who put this together and they say why it's unconstitutional. You will find for the most part that anytime somebody does that they are highlighting it from a negative point. You can't do that. You have to get both sides of the coin, because if you don't get both sides of the coin, it's going to be prejudiced. So take a look. Warrants and checks, cash benefit, insurance method. Okay, paper warrants, referred to as checks when issued online for benefits. Warrants or checks. Now, what about the warrant that the courts issue? Ladies and gentlemen, did you not know? Well, let me do this so that you guys will understand why I'm showing you this, because I think some of you will get it. So watch this. Give me 1 second to scroll up. Come on, let us scroll. We're going to scroll through the neighborhood. Scroll through the books. Scroll through. Let's do I'm looking for the full phrase clearinghouse. And it's going to see court's a clearinghouse. You guys know what a clearinghouse is, don't you?
Oh yeah, I've been to a lot of them warehouses.
Okay. Tribal court clearinghouse. Okay, to serve as a resource for American Indians and Alaskan Native. Okay, we're not looking for that clearinghouse. Federal law on tribal court clearinghouses. We don't want tribal court clearinghouses. We want just the clearinghouse. Pay attention. The clearinghouse. Fines and fees justice center. Excuse me? Justice center. Interesting, ain't it? Now, I don't know who they are because they're the .org. The government ain't going to be at no .org. Okay? But these are all say tribal court. We don't want the tribal court. Okay? The Senate on the Judiciary is hearing testimony from the Supreme Court. The Senate of the Judiciary is hearing testimony from the Supreme Court. Excuse me, why would the Senate on the Judiciary be hearing testimony from the Supreme Court regarding the Clearinghouse Association? Interesting, ain't it? And we ain't talking about no public clearinghouse. Y'all know about that Publishers Clearinghouse and all that stuff. I ain't in no San Mateo. They say I'm in San Mateo. Y'all ain't in no San Mateo. Yeah, that's what happens when you're using a VPN. All right, let's do this. See, they all say tribal court. We don't want the tribal court clearinghouse. Nobody asked for a tribal court. We didn't say that. So we want just a clearinghouse. We want just that. Clerk of the Superior Court of Maricopa County. Look at that. Clearinghouse. Postbox. Clearinghouse payment may be made by personal check. Ladies and gentlemen, child support. They let you know that they're a clearinghouse. They receive payments. I'm not making this up. How could I not prove this to you by showing it to you? And I've never seen it before. I just knew it because I've been talking about it for years and 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 years, as Patti LaBelle would say, and years and years and years. That's Patti LaBelle in the song says it's going to take years and years and years and years. I don't think she stopped saying years all this time. Okay? Pay attention. This is what the court. It says, if you wish to mail a support payment, the address is clearinghouse. They are clearinghouses, people. Look, for free assistance in enforcement of your child support order or assistance in establishing a court order for child support, you may file an application in the Division of Child Support Enforcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the Division of Child Support Enforcement is not part of the court. It's not part of the judicial branch of government. Let me tell you who child support, what they do. Because you all didn't know it, but we're going to show it to you. Some of you knew it. I know you're going to tell me. Do you hear the bells calling? Okay. Some of you knew it, but you just didn't know it. Because I'm about to show it to you. Those of you who got child support, I know it's your fault. Shoot. I know it's his fault. I told him it was his fault. That's why he writing me back telling me, I got it. My fault. My bad. Okay. Oh, yeah, I point out your faults. Shoot. San Andreas and all kind of other ones. I point them out. Sitting up there got them hairline fractures. Ain't no hairline fractures. You got faults. You ain't got no hairline fractures. Sorry. I apologize, y'all. I want y'all to see this because this is impotent. Take a look. There's an arbitration award. This is an arbitration award, everybody. I want y'all to pay attention to this arbitration award. Resolution Resource Corporation and Maria Susan Allion versus Bruce David Allion. Hey, Bruce David, man, I knew Bruce David. Y'all remember Bruce David? He played in that movie and he was like, show God, show enough. That Bruce David? Oh, that was Bruce. Oh, my bad. That wasn't the same Bruce. Okay, not the same Bruce, y'all. So my bad. Now pay attention. Arbitration proceedings on appointment from Superior Court of Cobb County. Yes, this is one of those court-ordered arbitrations. They do it all the time, y'all. And guess who sits in the arbitration of the court. Let me show y'all who sat as the arbitrator. The Honorable Adele Grubbs. Man, she must be hungry. No, she be grubbing. We be clubbing? Anyway, she be grubbing. Okay? So pay attention. The undersigned arbitrator. Would y'all leave me alone right now? These are the people just communicating with each other. Them not my communications. All right, the undersigned arbitrator has been appointed to serve as the arbitrator in this proceeding. Hereinafter, the arbitrator, by an order entered by the Superior Court of Cobb County, the court, the Honorable Adele Grubbs. A multi-day evidentiary hearing was held on the following days, them a lot of days, at which time the arbitrator heard sworn testimony from the parties in this action, received and reviewed the documentary evidence submitted by the parties, made a site visit to the house at issue in this arbitration, participated in conference calls, heard opening and closing arguments from counsel and or the parties, received and reviewed post-hearing documentary evidence from the parties, participated in additional conference calls, and received and reviewed proposals submitted by the parties to address the outstanding issues. That's right, they had an arbitration in a child support issue. Ladies and gentlemen, which means you get to have arbitration in your child support issue. Now, SAA will not be handling that type of a case anytime soon. The reason being is because we're not going to interfere. Okay? Sorry. Usually when you have two parents, it's usually their own attitudes that's getting in the way. Because each parent is highlighting the wrongs of another. You can't do no right. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Okay? They can't do no right. Neither one of them, so that's why they're always negative, 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 negative. Makes it real hard on the child. But if it's to the point where a person is being ordered to make child support payments and they've been actually trying and are current with their child support, but the payments are just a little too high and outrageous, then SAA doesn't mind helping and assisting with that. But if it's going to be two parents griping and fighting over each other and one parent showing some evidence that another parent did this and the other parent showing some evidence that they didn't do it and the other person did that, ain't no way in the world I'm going to let y'all put that organization through that. That ain't their job. They are not your referees. Arbitrators are just our regulators. Mount up. Okay? That's what the arbitrators are. They are just there to help resolve issues. They're not there to help you get back at nobody. Been having to tell that to people lately because we're so much in this fight mentality that we gotta fight and we gotta fight and we gotta keep fighting and we hate this person and we dislike that person. Ain't that type of party. Ladies and gentlemen, the information that I'm showing you in the background so that you can see. Now, therefore, the unassigned arbitrator hereby renders the following judgment and the following award. And you notice the award is for child support. This was a court, people. This is what goes on all the time. Every single court hearing that you hear about is a child support proceeding. Well, not child support, but an arbitration proceeding. Now, watch this. Come on now. Scroll on up right there. Now, therefore, the unassigned arbitrator. Arbitrators determine remedy is these unconstitutional courts. Now, please understand, the unconstitutional courts are always unconstitutional, but this is a constitutional court. This was a constitutional form. Why? Because the parties agreed. That makes it constitutional because it's the right to contract. So that's why I said there are a lot of things that people put on sites that are wrong, that they just simply should not be saying because that is an incorrect statement. The courts are not unconstitutional, people. You got to pay attention. Do you understand the charges I just read to you? Yes, Your Honor, I understand. And how do you plead? Well, I know that if I plead, that means I'm submitting to the court's jurisdiction. And once I do that, oh, what the, that I can't say nothing at that point. But off, freaking Heimer, freaking sense. So, tell you what, I don't plead. well, where the court's going to enter. Nope, sorry, you can't force me to submit to the jurisdiction of the court, because once you do that, that's called involuntary servitude. That's a violation of my constitutional rights, and the Constitution say you ain't got no jurisdiction to do that. Matter of fact, too many cases say once you violate the constitutional rights of another person, you lose all immunity. So you want to sit up here and make yourself liable for suit and make yourself liable under your personal capacity? Because guess what? I don't mind placing a lien on all of your, Your Honor. That mean that robe you got on to that weave you got on your head. I know you a guy, but that still looks like a weave. That ain't natural. Look how old you are. You knew you had a bald spot when you took that picture last year, and now you ain't got no bald spot. And that ain't no spray on. I know better than that. And it was too short of a time for you to be sitting up there going and getting no implants. Nope, that's a weave. I know a weave when I see a weave. I do weaves all the time. That's right. Got a whole bag of rice out there you can go roll that junk up with. All right, sorry about that, Your Honor. Well, anyway, Your Honor, I don't plea. I don't have to enter a plea. There is no law that says I have to enter anybody's plea. So I choose to exercise my right to not enter a plea and not submit to your jurisdiction. And if you want to argue with me about that, then that means that you're trying to force or coerce me into submitting to your jurisdiction, which makes it a further violation of my right to not be in servitude. I don't want to be in nobody's servitude. So, Your Honor, you see this finger right here? Now, hold on. I got 4 of them. I'm going to pull the thumb down. I'm going to pull the side finger down. See, that means number 3, but we're going to make it 2. And now I'm going to take this other finger next to the thumb, and I'm going to pull it down because it needs to be close to his friend, the thumb. And I'm going to leave this one all alone, and I'm going to tell you can hold on to that, and you can sit and spin like that little machine. Sit and spin. You can sit and spin for eternity because I ain't pleading to your stupid jurisdiction. You understand me, you ignorant mother? And that's how you handle going into somebody's courtroom. I couldn't do that because I'm trying to prove something. Hold on one second, everybody. Okay, everyone, what I was doing was just explaining to someone the same thing I'm going to explain to you. Ladies and gentlemen, arbitration requires 2 parties agree. And so all you have to do is, if you're going through child support, I'm not telling you to do this, okay, because this is a headache in and of itself. But all you have to do is send a notification to the party about the child support. But I would rather, literally, you use the, give me a second to show you, because I would rather you guys get out of here. That was the other stuff. Come on now, close it on out. This is the equitable redemption tender of payment instrument that you see on the site under contracts. Okay, I'd rather you use this. Okay, the only thing we did, we added some things, ladies and gentlemen. We added to ours, not the one on the site. The one on the site is for you guys, but we used ours for a reason. We added proof of claim. Now, you don't have to do that. It is not necessary. Some of you are going to do it anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, it says you must provide proof of claim of the following. I had already anticipated that, but then I decided to be overkill. Just for no reason whatsoever, overkill. You can leave it the way it is because it was just fine the way it was, okay? And if you owe child support, 3 times the amount. You just average how much child support you're paying every month, 3 times the amount, and you see how I did this as a remittance coupon. Then let me tell you, because y'all not gonna hear me. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. Pay attention. Oh no, this is another case. We're gonna show you all about that in a minute. That's not the one. You see how this is the clearinghouse thing, and we showed y'all the warrant thing earlier? That's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna make it into a warrant, and you're gonna send it to the state treasurer. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to send it to the state treasurer. That's who handles child support. You're going to send it to the state treasurer. Pay attention to me. That's who handles child support. Let me say that again. Y'all can't hear me though. You're going to send it to the state treasurer. That's who handles child support. You're going to send them the warrant remittance coupon. And you're going to associate that warrant with your estate. Okay? The document is already designed for that. It already talks about that. So that's what you're going to do. Now remember, all courts are clearinghouses. You need to understand that. Okay, all courts are clearinghouses. And look, it says, please make the check payable to clearinghouse. Now, I want you to understand why you're making it payable to clearinghouse, because in order for them to have you label it this way, that means that they have to have a corporation named clearinghouse. There has to be an account set up called clearinghouse. Did you follow me? All courts are clearinghouses. You can't make it payable to Jimmy Bean and you're sending it to me. And Jimmy Bean is not on my account because you can't cash it. The bank can't cash it because it's not addressed to the proper party. They don't have any ID for that name. So they have created a corporation called Clearinghouse. Do you know which corporation is set up as the clearinghouse? The Administrative Office of the United States Courts. That's what the court registry is all about. But y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. We already talked about the court registry, so let's do this so that y'all get it. Cause y'all not hearing me. COURTREGISTRY. Come on.
It's moving a little slow. And because it's got rudimentoid riding in it says. And see, it just moves a little slow because it's got that Carol Burnett and that Tim Conway. It's got that thing. You know how the old man who moves slow, and it like took a whole hour for them to get through the skit because he just moved that slow. Okay, now pay attention. We didn't ask anything for marshal services. Block. We only asked for the court registry. And guess what it gave us? County of San Francisco, Superior Court of California. Then it's got California Courts Protective Order Registry. Interesting. And this one says registrar. What's a registrar? The court registrar. Uh-oh. The registrar is the chief executive officer of the Judicial Forum. Oh my God. Wait a minute. I know what you're going to say. No, you don't know what I'm going to say. I know what you're going to say. No, you don't. Watch this. Hold on. Oh, I went too far, y'all. I went too far. We gon' COURT. I just put in here court rule 220. Hey, there's that fool. That fool right there. Man, that fool get on my nerves. Court rule 220. What does Minnesota court rule 220 really mean? I wanted to show y'all Minnesota court rule 220 because we just got finished talking about the court register. Register. Pay attention. Because y'all ain't paying attention, and that's what y'all get for not paying attention. The register of titles. Does the court register titles? Anybody heard of anything called a quiet title? That it goes through the court? Of course the court settles all issues of controversies of titles. Wait, y'all didn't know this? Hold on. Man. I just wish people would pay attention. Now look, I ain't gonna be able to keep coming up with stuff like this because I'm getting tired. My mind just ain't gonna be keeping working like this. But watch this. Now, my problem is I know that's spelled wrong, but y'all just gonna have to bear with me.
I just put controversy over title ownership. Let's see what we pull up, y'all. I'm interested. I believe it's not going to be no coimplement. I knew it was an S, but I told y'all I knew I messed up. Legal introduction to easement. California Land and Title Association. We all know that all easement issues are handled through the courts. Okay? So pay attention. We told you all that all you have to do is register your affidavit with the birth certificate attached with the county recorder, the county registrar. Well, according to the court rule, you should be able to do the same thing with the court. Now, I'm not telling you that you can do it. I'm saying you should be able to do it. Okay? Under like principle of law. I just created that. Okay, now, let's do this. Owners of mineral rights may not be able to convey oil and gas rights by virtue of another prevalent controversy over title in oil and gas situation. Ladies and gentlemen, any controversy, the courts have jurisdiction, especially if the value of that controversy is more than $5 and or $20. Go back and look at the Constitution. Okay? So we talked about controversy over ownership. So there you go. It's a court issue. That's how you handle it. So could you not handle the title issue with your property, meaning your estate? That's why we created the infant estate. That's why we created that. Now let me show y'all something else, and then we're going to bring this to a close because we had 42 minutes, y'all. This video wasn't supposed to be this long. This was supposed to be a 20-minute video. But got me started coming up with all this stuff. This is the Trazavant. Y'all remember Trazavant? Well, it's Trazavant versus the city of Tampa Bay, Florida. Okay? That's what this is. And he had an attorney. Now, let me tell y'all what happened. He was a motorist, and he got a traffic ticket. And by law, he got to post his bond. Let me tell y'all something. Why aren't y'all posting y'all bond? Why aren't y'all posting y'all bond? What's wrong with y'all? Police officer come and they got warrants for y'all. Why aren't y'all giving them back the warrant? Why aren't y'all posting y'all bond? Hold on, we're gonna let this thing catch up to me because I'm moving just a little too fast for it, because that's what I do. I like that fast wench. Y'all know that fast wench, how fast she is and used to be. See, notice with this. The term court means an administrative agency of a state that is authorized by state law to establish amount of child support payable by a contestant. And welcome, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Do you see how they use those words purposely on television? And you keep hearing it over and over and over and over and over and over again, and you don't really realize what it means? Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the court is an administrative agency. It's part of the administrative branch of government. The court, being part of the administrative branch of government, do not exercise judicial power because they cannot. They're enforcers of statute. Who writes statute? This is what it just says, of a state authorized by state law. That's statute. Who writes statute? Is it not the Congress? Who enforces statute? Is it not the administrative branch? Who approves the statute? Is it not the court? The Supreme Court of the state? Remember, all the other courts are not part of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the Supreme Court. Even in the United States, the Supreme Court is the Supreme Court. Okay, we don't need that. What we want to get back to is this. Give me a second. We don't want that. We want this. We got to go here. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we want this is because you've not been writing out your warrant. Shame on you. Shame on you. The officer pulls you over. It says, now pay Declarant, a person who is executing, signing an affidavit or a declaration under penalty of perjury. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to do an affidavit under penalty of perjury. That's statute. Affidavits are not statutory. Affidavits are common right instruments, common law instruments. Destroyed warrant, an uncashed warrant which has been damaged to the extent that it is not negotiable or identifiable. A warrant which is damaged. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. Endorsed warrant, a warrant which has been signed on the back by the payee. Look, a forgery, a counterfeit signature, particularly a counterfeit endorsement on a county warrant. Interesting. Well, you can't counterfeit your own signature, can you? Lost warrant, don't care. Outstanding warrants. Pay attention. This is what they're doing, people. Warrants are checks. So why aren't you all writing up your warrant? And I say check, but we're going to call it a warrant. And when you write up that warrant, why aren't you, pay attention to me, attaching a copy of your birth certificate? And then attaching a copy of a bond, because the bond is your warrant, people. And using that as your payment bond to bond yourself out of the case. Yes, I know I'm a genius. But that's what I came up with when I saw this. This is where my mind went. So much. And I just found out about this warrant thing. I may have heard about it in 2012, because that's when I was doing all the research and didn't pay attention to it. But I'm letting you know now. It makes a lot of sense now. So, again, I can't tell you if attaching your birth certificate and doing a bond known as a payment bond, you don't have to do a GSA bond. There was no law saying you have to do a GSA bond. People, you are banking institutions. Go back and read the Presidential Proclamation 2039. Go back and read the Trading with the Enemy Act as amended. Go back and read USC Title 12, 95B. Go back and read it. You are a banking institution. You conduct banking business, i.e., you get to write warrants to pay off debt. Go back, do your definition on warrant, get to understand what a warrant is. People understand that they do warrants all the time. You know the courts do warrants all the time. You know that banks do warrants all the time. Look, for reoccurring benefits, paper warrants are generated by the WARRANTS during the fiscal month end. Batch process. These warrants are delivered to the Social Security Administration the morning after the fiscal month's end and are prepared for mailing. Warrants are mailed in a timely fashion so that they are available to clients on the first of the month or on the previous day when the first of the month falls on a Sunday or a holiday. Paper warrants are also generated from WARRANTS on a daily basis and are mailed to clients' payees the following day. These are the checks you guys get from the county. These are the checks you get from Social Security. They're warrants, people. We already showed you an example of a warrant. So just follow the example and duplicate it, because there is no law that says that they're the only ones who get to write a warrant. You just have to understand what a warrant is for. We read to you earlier why people issued warrants. Okay? Why people issued warrants. We already talked about that. So take care of your business. Pay attention. Securing warrants. Check stock. Pay attention. Look. Blank laser check stock used to issue immediate need checks must be secured in the safe in the district office when not being used for benefit issuance purposes. I was saying insurance, sorry, I apologize. When an immediate benefits issuance check is required, the stock can be removed from the safe by authorized staff and loaded into the printer. Immediately after the printing process, the check stock must be returned to a safe. What they're saying is you cannot leave those blank checks out so anybody could print up whatever they want to or take them home and fabricate and fraudulate. So this is their policy and procedures for this. Okay? Remember, I found this just by putting in the information, looking up warrant. Warrant equals check. Look at this, banks, Wells Fargo. And this is what it says. Recipients interested in using a bank as a warrant cashing resource should be informed that many banks will require that an account be established. In order to open up an account, the banks often require the applicant produce an acceptable identification, California driver's license, California identification card, and a major credit card. In addition, most banks require a minimum balance to maintain in order to cash checks. Now, notice Wells Fargo. Okay? Due to the compliance issues and the Know Your Client requirement of the Patriot Act, Wells Fargo is only able to cash items for customers with valid legal identification. 2 forms of ID are required. Only one needs to be a photo ID, such as a government-issued driver's license, state identification, military identification, counselor's ID with photo from Mexico, Dominican Republic, Colombia, Guatemala, and secondary ID is required, and can be any document issued in the name of the individual presenting the ID that matches the primary ID that is not expired and has their signature on it. A credit card, social security card, school ID, EBT card. Do you understand? Why aren't you guys issuing warrants under Title 12, USC 411? Now, look, before you do it, you're going to have to do your research. I'm only giving you the basis of it because it really is basic. I haven't done the research, people. I just picked up on this today, and I'm sharing it with you. If I shared it with other people, oh no, you can't tell that to nobody. You tell that to somebody, and they'll sit up there and try to take over the world and start their own company and make a business out of it, and then they'll be misleading. And I don't want to hear all that. I do what I want to with the information I have. Well, I'm going to share this with you, but you can't share this with nobody else. I get that all the time from people, and I don't share it with anybody else. But let me tell you something. When I come up with something, and this is what I came up with, that's why I just told you. I just came up with this stuff. I share it with whoever I want. You don't control me. You don't get to tell me who I get to share my stuff with. This is my choice. And if I choose to share it and be free with such sharing, that's my choice. Okay, I have the right to choose. I know I got the right to choose. I don't want no abortion. No, I'm not going to be aborting my baby. I got the freedom of choice, and that I choose not to be oh, this is not about abortion? Then why are you talking about freedom of choice? This ain't no Matrix. It ain't all about choice. Y'all better leave me alone. Okay, again, as we told you guys, the definitions of a warrant. Now, the one we want to show y'all, oh, look at that, Black's Law Dictionary, is a long-term option issued as a private instrument with a bond. Hey, there you go. It says, this lowers funding costs, refer to X warrant, covered warrant, bond warrant. I know it's going to say bond warrant. But I'm not concerned about that. What I'm concerned about is the one that was showing the difference between a warrant and a check. Okay. That's because I did definition of a warrant, so I went back too far. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the Black's Law Dictionary, then we're going to go forward, because we can't go backwards unless we go forward. This is not Michael J. Fox, okay? This ain't that type of party. Where you at, Black's Law? I can't find Black's Law no more, y'all. I just saw it and I was just reading it and it's just gone. It's just gone, it's just gone, it's just gone. Because it's like the thrill. The thrill is gone and it's just gone. There it is right there. It was all the way over here. I'm expecting Black's Law to be over here. So I'm looking over here, but ain't no Black's Law over here. And I didn't mean to do that, y'all. I didn't mean to click on that. See, bond, what's warrant? So didn't I just tell you to do a bond? What the warrant? In other words, let the warrant be your bond. People, statute of limitations on arrest warrants. See, again, it's the same word, people. Best way to run a free arrest warrant check. Oh no! Okay? What is a capious warrant? I don't know what a capious warrant is, but let's find out, because I'm interested now. Sorry, this is how I do research. When I do research, a capious warrant, it says in the common law system of the United States, a capious warrant is essentially an order to arrest and detain an individual for the purpose of guaranteeing a court appearance. So this is what the courts are doing all the time. The Latin term capious translates into English for the taking of, but it is not commonly associated with the seizure of property or searches of a premises. A capious warrant should be considered as a writ of arrest. That's all right, they can do a writ of arrest all they want, but as long as they call it a warrant, because no warrant shall issue unless upon probable cause. Interesting that they would put that in the Constitution when they knew what the definition was from the very beginning. Okay? By the way, I wouldn't know what I just searched if I had not done what I just did. Let's see. No, this one doesn't give us the history of this, so I don't know when this definition was written. This is the second edition, so this puts us in about the 1600s with this edition. If I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since I did all my dates with Black's Law. Now watch this so that we can do this, because there's one thing, I'm going to give you guys one more clue. I said it at the beginning, but I'm going to highlight it just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, little bit more, little bit more.
Be 1 second, please, sir. Would you drive up to the next window? I can't hear you. Yeah, to drive up to the next window. No, not that window. The window, yes, all the way there. Okay. All right, next, please. Oh, no, he's leaving. No, he passed up my window. How may I help you? You want what? Let me see. Hey, do we have any cornbread? No, sorry, sir. We don't have any cornbread. Okay, no problem. That's all you wanted? All right, get out of here. I got to take care of the next customer. All right, next customer. Oh, no, just blow your horn. He'll get out of your way. Yeah, he looks mad. Don't worry about it. He'll get over it. Yeah, it ain't California, so we ain't got to worry about him coming back in here and shooting the place up, you know? Ain't no rappers inside here. Sorry, the rapper who died yesterday, Nipsey. I never heard of him, never listened to him. If I did, I didn't know it was him. But seeing that somebody decided to kill the young man for whatever reason, there is no reason. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I put the last time warrants or checks. This time I put checks or warrants. That's what I'm not looking for this document here, but I'm looking for this document here. Okay? See, warrant, check. No, that's not what we're looking for. We didn't ask for that. But let's do this document here. Registered warrant. Okay? Will be redeemed after blah, 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 blah. Okay? And that's what this is, the state of, well, this is a copy of a state of California. Registered warrant. So can you call yours a registered warrant? I think something is not quite right about those pictures, because I don't think all of those are warrant pictures. I think some of those are checks. So it'll be just 1 second, y'all. Just gotta hold on, cause I's coming. Hold on, cause I's coming. Okay. See, that thing says background checks and warrants. Nobody was looking for no background checks and warrants. We said checks are warrants. You know what? Wait a minute. They've been playing with that all this time. Ladies and gentlemen, we just saw it. It said background checks and warrants. Checks are warrants. They've been telling us this whole time. It's been in the wording, and we haven't been paying attention. Boy. Yeah, I'm just perturbed right now. That's right, I said perturbed. Perturbed, okay? Now pay attention. Warrants are similar to checks in that they are instruments that represent a payment and are usually printed in a form that has the same look as a check, like a money order.
See, you just can't call it a check. The instrument is an asset that is that the receiving part, to the receiving party, but is not considered a liquid asset. Yes, because it's an asset because they can redeem it. Okay, a warrant, unlike a check, can be issued without funds in the bank to cover the face of the amount, a money order. As a matter of fact, the practice of using warrants gained its popularity during the Great Depression, where companies got to just sit up here and issue these pieces of paper. Now, if funds are short, then you hold the warrant until the agency has the funds. Well, which is the agency that has the funds? Is it not the Treasury? Is it not the custodian of the minor account, minor estate? Warrants can be sold or purchased. So why aren't we writing these warrants and sending them to the Treasury to pay off these debts, making them payable to the bearer? Why aren't we doing this? We just found out that the court's warrants are bearer bonds. We just found that out, that the court's warrants are bearer bonds. See, they get to write bearer bonds, but ever since 1982, you can't write bearer bonds. Not within the borders of the United States. Okay? Since 1982, but they can do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll say it again. Why aren't you understanding what a warrant really is and the difference between a warrant and a check? And why aren't you writing warrants? And why aren't you writing warrants against your estate? It's your estate. You can write warrants against it. You've attained the age of 18. You've attained the age of the majority. You feel me? You follow me? You get me? So why aren't you doing it? Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this video started out simple. I did say I was going to mention this because I mentioned it in the 20-minute video, and this video has been 40 minutes longer than the original video. But as I mentioned, the last couple of weeks been having some chest pains, and my chest has been saying, hey, hold up a minute, where you going? No, you're not taking another step. And I want you to focus on me. And so it's been the stress. I've been trying to operate these companies, keep them together, and we've been having some outside forces interfere with us, really trying to shut us down. First, PayPal. What we did is I sent PayPal notice of default, opportunity to cure, because PayPal had not responded. Well, they did respond. They responded through eBay, and what eBay sent us was, yes, tired of spoof mail? Thank you for reporting that to us. Oh, well. So I sent them, keep playing. I don't have a problem with you not. Oh, you are accepting the contract. Oh, that's what this was? Oh, thank you very much. Y'all have a good day. But I still have to send them out the notice to quit and pay. The same thing as you're getting evicted. You have to send them a notice, the 3-day notice to pay and quit. Okay? So I sent them out the 3-day notice, and so they shut down our second PayPal account, which is why people can't access any of the products right now. That's okay. We're working on it. We got it under control. But see, that's been causing a little bit of stress because I've been trying to get others to see the urgency of getting things done, and I'm not by myself. People keep thinking that I'm running Sitcom 911, Sitcom LLC, and SSA or SAA. No, I'm not. There are people who've been assigned to that. This is not me. I'm just an overseer. I'm just the guy with the idea. I'm just the guy with the trying to keep the plan moving forward. That's who I be, because they don't know who I be. All right, so that's what's been causing the chest pain. It hasn't been eating. It hasn't been lack of eating. It hasn't even been lack of sleep. As a matter of fact, for about the last 12 nights, of the last 12 nights, 7 of those nights I've actually been able to get to the REM stage, which is very difficult for me. And to have it happen so many times in a row, that hasn't happened since 2015. And I had to take medication to get to the REM stage. So now I haven't had to take any medication, and I'm getting there. I'm going to be taking some medication tonight, y'all, because I got to go to sleep. But I ain't going to be taking no overdose because I ain't trying to kill myself. I love myself. Got to put that disclaimer in, you know, because the powers that be playing with me. And if you guys don't believe that they're playing, PayPal has shut down one account. Then they shut down another account. Each time they gave the very same excuse, that they claimed that it was a risk business. We've been with PayPal for over 2 years. And they said this to us a year and a half ago. And we cleared it up. But now they are playing with us. And the only reason why they are playing with us is because we're putting out the arbitration stuff. Everything that they're doing is going after arbitrations, trying to stop us from doing the arbitration. They think that they are hurting us. And yes, they are. They're really hurting our business, and it's really causing us a lot of problems. And I don't know if we're going to be able to survive. And we're going to have to struggle, and we're going to have to fight. And I don't know if we're going to be able to make it. And it's causing me so much stress that I'm having chest pains. So, when we go after PayPal, we will get their attention. It's a good thing we gave them the contract before they did all of this so that we can say it's retaliation. Yeah, the contract has a clause in there about retaliation. Oh, that's some heavy penalties. So we're going after PayPal eventually. Ain't in no rush. I ain't in no rush. Because we're about to take care of business. Okay, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. If my voice sounds a little bit different, I listened to the audio and it does sound a little bit different. Okay?
Gloria, my Gloria. Oh, things ain't been the same since you've been away.
Anyway, it's because I'm using a microphone this time. All the other times I had a headset with a microphone. This time I actually have a Logitech microphone. And so I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it this way because it's not a cordless. This is a corded USB microphone, but it works for me. All right, I hope it works for you, and I hope somebody else works for you so you can stop sitting up there being lazy. Have a good day, y'all. Good night, good time, goodbye, good adios, arrivederci, sayonara, gesundheit. Goodbye.